Hi, I'm Matthias, the CEO and co-founder of Fluoridics. Poly and perfluorinated alkane substances, also known as PFAS or forever chemicals, are a class of industrial chemicals that have been produced on massive scale for decades. Unfortunately, some PFAS are toxic at very low concentrations. At Fluoridics, we're commercializing a revolutionary way of detecting these compounds at the relevant concentrations. We're only a 10 months old company compared to some of the colleagues here presenting. We're still in the toddler stage. But despite that, the team is only 2 or 3 months away from an MVP that we can deploy to our clients for customer testing. And I'm very proud of what they have achieved. We're looking for experts in scaling tough tech and distribution channels such as PFAS destruction and environmental remediation companies, and are open for co-development and licensing deals. Measuring nanograms per liter, parts per trillion, or a PPT of PFAS in water is very difficult. It takes expensive equipment such as LCMS that costs north of $500,000, highly trained technicians to operate and maintain the equipment, and multiple hours in the best case to result. The alternative is outsourcing it, sending it to a third-party lab such as Eurofins, which takes 3 to 5 weeks, costs $500 plus. We're presenting you the pH strip for PFAS testing. The lab around Professor Tim Swager in the chemistry department at MIT has come up with a low-cost semiconducting polymer that delivers results in a minute, where the reader can be operated by a high school student. It is as simple as that. On the image on the bottom, you see the glass-coated microscopy slides that have been coated with the polymer. The left side has not been exposed to any PFAS, and the right side has been swirled for 25 seconds in a PFAS solution, taken out and wiped dry. This 10 ppb is a high concentration, so you can see the difference by eye. For lower concentrations, you need a reader to do that. This is an image of our first generation functioning prototype. Subsequent generations are going to be smaller, easier to operate, and eventually handheld. We can detect 1 ppt in a minute, compared to hours for LCMS, do that at a fraction of the price while being easier to operate and eventually have a handheld device. As a trained chemist, it would be my pleasure to lecture for 45 minutes the exact mechanistic details why this is the only technology that can detect levels that low. But if anybody interested, please come and find me afterwards at the reception. In terms of company traction, we're part of an EPA-led study where they're cleaning up a drinking water supply in Colorado and comparing different PFAS filtration, destruction, and measuring technology side by side. We have partnered with Cactus Material, a semiconductor manufacturer in Arizona, and applied for non-dilutive funding. We have a small number of PFAS destruction and filtration companies lined up for paid customer trials, with Allonia the first one to sign an LOI, and are talking to a number of large companies for joint development agreements to help us accelerate path to market. We do have a complementary founding team with Professor Swager and myself, very much on the technical side, balanced by Joel Pastor, an MBA from Booth with 14 years in the water industry, who brings in the commercial experience. We're looking at expanding our leadership team once we bring in more funding. Our short-term goal over the next 6 months is going to be to finish the MVP, get commercial traction. For that, we're interested in meeting with companies that are interested in testing our product, and are also raising a seed round. This seed round will allow us to finish the MVP, get the commercial traction, scale, and prepare a commercial launch. We're not planning to raise the rest that is necessary in a Series A later, but not raise any round after that. Over 12 months, our focus will shift to scaling. That's why we're interested in talking to experts in scaling tough tech to avoid some of the mistakes that can be made. And are looking for partners to produce our reader and potentially the glass slides. Over the next 24 months, we're going to preparing for our commercial launch and look for sales distribution channels in the US and abroad, and are open for licensing deals. Now, who is ready to embark on that journey with us?